It's decent a little bit, but it's not really anything to really go home about. So the interesting thing about Merlin is
Hey, thanks so much for checking out the channel. If you're curious about any other hero in Empires and Puzzles, you can view my website at anchorgame.com. There you will find I've graded every single hero with a calibrated team of graders. This resource will always be free. Thinking about supporting the hero grades and the breakdown videos? You're welcome to donate. Otherwise, feel free to share this resource with a friend. I have my exclusive line group called Anchor Cove, where you gain access to myself and tons of other experienced players with on-demand information and resources. If that piques your interest, all that information is on the opening page of my website with a short video. Let me dive into today's hero breakdown.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out the channel. Today we're doing a brand new hero breakdown on the Merlin. Merlin, the magical man, comes and he hates your hero special. Get rid of him. Not too fun. He's got 682 on his attack, 660 on his defense, and 975 on his health. Statistically, the attack power, it's okay. It's pretty decent for a 4-star at 682. Defense, 660 is alright. And that health total is pretty bad at 975. He is running at average speed. He is also part of the Knights of Avalon event, which means he gives you a bonus. Between 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes, you get anywhere between 5% and 20% critical chance, and anywhere between 4% and 13% healing. So you get those added extra bonuses if you throw a whole bunch of Knights of Avalon dudes on your team. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. It is a free massive turn-based dark fantasy RPG. If you want a huge head start in Raid, all you gotta do, click on the link in the description. If you're a new player, you get a 1-day XP boost, 3 Raid Flasks, 1 Ancient Shard, 1 Void Champion Bulwark, and 50 gems. All your treasure is waiting for you right over here. As far as this hero special goes, he deals 220% damage to the target. The more mana the enemies have, the more damage they will receive, up to 250%. The target automatically casts Mindless Attack on a random ally when the mana is full for 3 turns. So the character is pretty interesting. I really do appreciate what Merlin does because he's setting himself up to do Mindless Attack, which is a really cool special. If you guys are familiar with like Alfriki does the same thing. Merlin was the original OG, setting it up to do Mindless Attack. And what it does is when the hero special actually activates and gets to a full bar, the hero special will actually go back to 0, mana will go back to 0, and they'll randomly deal some damage to their character. Doesn't really deal that much damage. It's decent a little bit, but it's not really anything to really go home about. So the interesting thing about Merlin is you want them to have enough life to where they cast Mindless Attack and potentially kill them. But you're also in this weird situation to where you also potentially could just kill them directly with the 220% damage to the target, and then potentially up to 250% if they have more mana. So it's kind of one of those awkward situations to where it's like you want them to have life, but you don't want them to have life, but then you just become an average sniper. So I really was high on this character until I started using it, and I realized how much the hero special actually went against itself. It's kind of weird. He's a wizard class hero, and if you're looking to throw some emblems on him, you got to do something about him defensively. Otherwise, he's going to die pretty quickly. Especially being that what he does, he sets himself up to where you want him to stay alive long enough to be for them close to casting their hero specials, and not to mention he is only running at average speed, so you're only hitting one character with that. So you really got to focus a bit on his defense and his health to kind of keep him alive. When we take a look at his Titan grade, he is going to get a B+ against the Titan. The only reason being of why he does do anything is going to be that he is at 682 attack. That's decent. It's okay, I guess, for attack. It's not the greatest for overall heroes, but in 4 stars, it's pretty decent. But where he gets kind of fun is setting himself up to where he gives the Titan Mindless Attack, and the Mindless Attack sets it up so when they cast off and they go off, and he shoots his special, the Titan won't fire off the special to annihilate your whole team. It'll just reduce the mana back to 0. But you really have to time this character, obviously, because it's only going to last for 3 turns. And when the 3 turns go off, then it sets it back. So he is kind of interesting against the Titan. He is going to get a B+ grade there. We take a look at him offensively. I do really appreciate this character quite a bit. It's kind of a nuisance to be going up against. But on offense, when you go into him and you use him, you can really kind of plan his mindless attack and set it up so it's going to be making so they can't cast anything. So if there's going to be the cumbersome hero that's about to go off, you can really time Merlin quite well to where Merlin will go off and negate any hero special that they have, and then it also is going to be dealing damage back to their own characters. So when I got this character, I personally leveled up 2 Merlins on my own, and I used Merlin quite a bit when you saw a bit more Guinevere tanks, because being able to just set it up so Guinevere doesn't go off at all is pretty awesome. It's actually really cool. I don't like that it's only hitting 1, but still a solid character. Does get an A- on offense. Now, when we take a look at him defensively, he is going to get a C as far as the tank grade goes. Obviously, with him casting off, he's an average speed hero dealing damage to 1 target. And then there's going to be a lot of times where they're not even going to have the mana go up. And then not to mention, you can set yourself up to where it doesn't really do anything when he goes off, because you can time the mana and you're not really worried about it only hitting 1 character. So it's not the greatest tank at all because it's not really going to be effective. He's going to get a C grade there. Now, when we look at his flank grade, he is going to get a B- grade there. Maybe a little bit of more usability in the tank, but I don't like that he's only hitting 1 character, especially being in the flank position. You're going to want to have it hit multiple characters, and he's only hitting 1 at average speed. And you're also in this weird issue to where you hope they have mana, and if they don't, you've got really bad chances. Being that he will only hit 1 character, a 20% chance that he hits the right character is not that great. He's going to get a B- grade there. Now, in the wing, though, he is going to get a B. I guess if you are going to throw him on defense at all in any place, the very far corner will be your best bet, because at that point, you're hoping that they have some mana. So when he goes off, it's going to be really annoying. And that could definitely be a usability issue. But overall, he is going to get a B- grade on defense. Not the best character, because you're hoping that it hits the right character, and you're hoping that they have mana, and you're hoping that it goes off in the 3 turns when the mindless attack is going to go off. Not the greatest hero to be putting on defense. Now, when we get into his weekly raid grade, he is going to get a B+ on rush attack, with him now running at very fast speed, them setting themselves up to where they can gain mana. You could definitely target this a bit more to where within the 3 turns, the mindless attack is probably going to go off, and you can have him go off at multiple times. Maybe this should go into an A-. It is disrupting the mana. I would just prefer using a character like Proteus instead, to where it's going to disrupt the mana of 3 characters. But it is kind of decent to where it's going to be to where you could disrupt it on the single character. He's going to get the B+ grade there. When we get into his buff grade, he is going to get an overall B grade. Now, with him just dealing damage at average speed to a single target, it's probably not going to be your best bet, not your best character. Some usability, but probably not. And then when we get into his bloody battle grade, he is going to get a B+. With him running at average speed, he's setting it up so if they have something that's really important to go off, he makes it so they don't go off, and you can really time things pretty good with that. So he is going to get an overall grade of a B+. There is a lot of usability for him. I do like what he does against the Titan, and offensively definitely struggles a bit on the defense, and he's probably not the best weekly raid character, but still an overall character, a fun little character. I've got 2 of them leveled up. They are useful somewhat, probably not as much as they were in the past. So thanks so much. Let me know in the comments, did I get this right? I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you on the next one.